I've actually got joggers on right now, so I'm just pretending to be smart, but that doesn't matter. If you're here and you want to get the best results this year, then you want to come back to school and revise from day one the best that you can. Now, I'm not saying you need to come back and do like 8 hour days. I did that at the start of my A levels. I came back and you'll probably hear me say this a lot, but I basically started revising like 4 hours a day from literally day one, which was just not a good idea. However, you do want to revise in September. You don't want to just leave September. You want to revise coming back to school. Here's how you should do that. And here would be my routine from day one. So the first thing I'll be doing is researching revision, okay? Because I think it's important to kind of update how you see revision each year and just make sure you're very clear. What subjects am I doing? How do I get the top grades in those subjects? Can I watch videos of people who have got the top grades in those subjects? And what can I learn from them? So a book I recommend, you might have seen this, Unjaded Jade, The Only Study Guide You Ever Need. This is a great book. I read this near the start of year 11, and before then I literally didn't know what revision was. I had no idea how to revise. My idea of revision would have been highlighting a notebook, a textbook. But this is a great book because it basically explains like what revision is, all of the stuff like active recall that I'm sure you've heard. I won't bore you with. Either way, I spent some time researching revision and how to revise, and I would recommend doing that. It's worth your time just to think about. Again, like say you're taking A-level maths, can you watch a video on how to get an A-star in A-level maths? I've done that. I've done a video on it. I'll put the link in the description. But basically, just have a think about each of your subjects, and it is worth taking some time to watch YouTube. Now, remember, watching YouTube videos on how to get an A-star won't just get you an A-star. You need to put the effort in, but it's worth thinking about and watching about how other people have done it. The more you can see, the more you can connect the dots and find the common denominator and how you can like revise effectively for each of your subjects. So it is worth spending some time researching revision, and September is a great time to do that. You could test out different revision methods. I did that again near the start of my year 11 revision. I was like trying blurting, which is where you just write. I don't like it, by the way. Trying flashcards, which I did like. So yeah, it's worth thinking about that stuff, and now's the time to do it, not like a week before your actual exams. That brings me on to the next point nicely, which is flashcards. I would bring flashcards to school. So this is something I did. If either you can bring in a laptop if you're at college, but not all secondary schools do that, and you could type up flashcards on Quizlet or Anki, or you can actually bring in flashcards. What I did for science, for example, in year 11 is I bought in my science textbook, and I just bought flashcards instead of notes. If you know me, you'll know that I just hate notes. They're not useful. You don't use them. The only thing they're useful for, to be fair, is processing information. I think they're good just to get help you process what the teacher's saying. Other than that, it's not really worth your time to make notes. So I would consider just writing flashcards in class from day one. Your teachers will be impressed. You'll look really smart. And if you make them well, then it is worth it. I've done a video on flashcards, on how I'd use flashcards, but that's something to think about, because then you're actually kind of revising and learning well in class, and you're not just going to forget it and leave it in a textbook. So I would bring flashcards to school for sure. And if there's anything you think, oh, I really want to remember that, write it down. Next point then is you need to get a planner. Now, I say this every year at the start of the year. I basically just annoy everyone and say that they need to get a planner, and that's because you do. I always get the Cancer Research Planner. Now, this comes out, I think, in about November. It actually starts in December, but this is my favorite. So if you want to get the planner that I get, then go for this one in December. If not, there's loads on Amazon. I'll link one in the description. So yeah, you can definitely get a planner, but you should get one, okay? Because you have to plan things. And I don't like planning with like an online timetable. I know some people do that, but I just don't. I like some of my revision to not involve screens, and this just gives me a chance to kind of process stuff, because the more screens there are on your revision, the more distracted you're likely to get. So yeah, buy a planner, and you've got to structure your weeks from day one. You've got to have some sort of structure. Fill in mock dates if you can, or fill in certain things like homework, but make sure you absolutely do that. Also, as well, you want to think about like what to revise. So if you're starting from day one, you're just like, what do I actually revise? Well, you've got two main options. If you're going into like year 11 for your GCSE year or something, you can revise stuff in year 10, because chances are you've forgotten that. I certainly did. Like, I completely forgot anything I'd learned in year 10. So it's worth just going over that stuff, recapping it. If you're going into the first year of your A-levels, you can pre-learn. So revise ahead. Look at stuff you're going to learn and revise that. But it is worth thinking about what to revise. And the biggest kind of answer I'd say when people ask me what to revise is your weakest subject and your weakest topic within that subject. So think about, what are your weakest subjects? Can you rank them right now? Which are you the most confident in? And it's worth trying to bring up your weakest subjects. So again, science for me in year 11, you may know, but I failed my chemistry mock in November. I got a U. And so I spent so much time revising chemistry because, on the other hand, I got an 8 in English language. So I could afford to do that a little bit less. Don't just go in and revise the subject you love the most, you enjoy the most, or you're the best at. That is likely to be a waste of time. So start thinking about your weakest subjects. What can you really improve this year? Because a year is a long time. There's a lot you can do. And in terms of what to revise, that's what I would do. If you want more detail on that, I would get a massive spreadsheet. This is what I did, and I'll do a separate video on it. But I basically created a massive spreadsheet with every topic from every GCSE, and then I ranked every little topic between how confident I was for it. And that allowed me to see which subjects I was weakest at and which topics in those subjects I was weakest at. So that's definitely what I would revise. For some other revision advice then, I would also recommend Seneca Learning. That's a great platform for revision. If you haven't heard of it before. If you've watched my videos, you will have heard of it before. But Seneca's great, so just start completing Seneca for it. And also, one of my favorite revision techniques, revision websites, is the sponsor of today's video. Now, the sponsor of today's video is brilliant.org. Brilliant helps you become a better learner and problem solver with thousands of lessons ranging from maths, science, data, to AI and logic. The reason I love Brilliant is because you can do a little bit daily, and that compounds massively, taking you from foundational to in-depth knowledge of a subject. If you're revising from day one, then Brilliant is definitely something you want to get in the habit of doing. You can do it on your phone or computer, so whatever works for you on the walk to school, for example, but this is really going to help you. So I'd 100% recommend getting Brilliant. Its courses are interactive and proven to be 6 times more effective than just watching lessons or lectures, so definitely check out Brilliant. To learn for free on Brilliant, go to brilliant.org/Henry Brand. You also get 20% off a premium annual subscription, which means you can access every course. Brilliant is I definitely recommend that. Okay, the next point then is homework. So your homework is crucial to just do, okay? From day one, make sure you stay on top of your homework. I would schedule it in to your planner that you're going to get and just keep on top of your homework, okay? And not only just do it, don't just treat homework as something that needs to be done, but do it to a very high quality. I think it is important also, though, that not all homework is going to be working for you, but in a few months, you can kind of start emailing your teachers being like, actually, instead of homework, I'd like to do this revision or something, which I would recommend doing, and I'll do a video on that. But for now, getting back into the rhythm of things from day one, I'd make sure you do your homework efficiently, clearly, and to a very high quality. So I hope that video was helpful then. From day one, you just need to be on it, okay? You need to organize, you need to research, you want to spend the first month just kind of getting ahead of everything and starting to shape up your revision effectively. In terms of timing, if you were to ask like how much should you be revising from day one, I would say if you're really aiming for the top grades, from about an hour a day of revision would be a really good place to start on average across a week, with maybe a rest day on a weekend minimum. I think that's good. On top of homework, remember, revision is got to be on top of homework, but that would start putting you in a really good position. So Brilliant would be a great daily thing to do. Start completing Seneca courses, complete your homework, obviously. Start completing extra practice questions. Extra questions is a great thing that you should be doing kind of once or twice a week from the start. So a geography question on Saturday and an English language question on Sunday, for example, or A-level history question once a week. The more questions you can do, the better, but you only need to do like 1 or 2 a week for a long period of time to get really, really good. That's my advice then. Please leave any questions as well, and I'll try to answer them. And make sure you subscribe to my email list as well. You're missing out if you're not subscribed to that, because I send loads and loads of updates and random revision tips